Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back, legally, on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Jimmy Kimmel did a funny bit yesterday where he sent Machine Gun Kelly out onto the street in disguise to ask people about Machine Gun Kelly.
Okay. Have you seen any famous people yet?
No, unfortunately not.
How do you feel about Machine Gun Kelly?
Not a huge fan.
Me either.
I think his new direction's a little forced, but
totally.
yeah.
Machine Gun Kelly, love him or hate him?
Machine Gun Kelly. I like his music. I find the whole blood drinking thing a bit unusual, but
super weird. How would you describe Machine Gun Kelly in 3 words?
Maybe you want to be emo, blonde. But yeah.
How do you feel about Machine Gun Kelly?
He's cool. I do. I really dig the last album.
Do you know I'm Machine Gun Kelly?
I figured that out a little bit.
What was it, the mustache?
The height.
The height, yeah, because he's tall and lanky.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, he's got a good disguise. I don't think I would have thought that was him.
I would think something was up just because of how, like, quirky the guy looks, like the makeup and the hair, and then also the press badge that just says press. I'm like, what is going on here?
And only asking questions about Machine Gun Kelly, I'd be like, I think
I'm
maybe.
I'm on to you.
There you go. That's a good. See, I'm dumb. I probably wouldn't have figured it out.
At the moment, I'd probably be just as dumb, man. I say that now because we know it, but I do love the one person that's just like, yeah, it just seems like he's forcing like being an emo rocker guy now.
Yeah. And what about the blood drinking? I forget about that. I don't know if I know about that. What's the story of that?
Him and Megan Fox, and they drink each other's blood or have like.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. It sounds weird when someone just goes blood drinking. I think of like a big chalice of blood and you're just chugging it.
Like be normal like Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina back in the day with just vials of blood.
Yeah, just around their neck.
Different. That's
totally normal.
And that marriage worked out perfectly, didn't it?
Well, it's because they didn't drink it.
So, hey, congratulations to Machine Gun Kelly.
If I'm that guy though, because it sounded like the guy at the end, he like starts complimenting him because he realized it was him. If it were me, I'd go the opposite way and I'd just troll the S out of him.
Well, because you don't like Machine Gun Kelly.
No, but at the same time, it would just be funny too, because just like he's, what do you think of him? Just like, I'm just gonna talk so much S, like, and just.
Would you have said that if it was like somebody from your favorite band, though?
Yeah, because at that point,
really would.
It's kind of funny at that point. Like you can tell it's him, and at that point, it's like just see if he gets mad at you.
But if you're like, what do you think of Machine Gun Kelly? Be like, lucky man, wish I could bang Megan Fox.
There you go. Yeah.
Wow.
That way.
Wow.
See what happens.
I feel like both Steve and Danny should not be interviewed at all about Machine Gun Kelly.
I feel like Machine Gun Kelly, I don't know him for anything, but I feel like if you said that he would probably find great humor in that.
He would, except unless you talk about Pete Davidson, then he'd be like, oh, hey, you're crossing the line there, buddy, with my BFF.
Yeah, well, I would just be like, I don't know anything about Machine Gun Kelly, but let me tell you about Pete Davidson. I hate that guy.
Well, I do love when Jimmy does that, when he just sends people on the street who are like asking questions and about things where they don't even, where people don't realize that they're putting their foot in their mouth. I do love those kind of segments. And you can catch that on the BJ Miggs page of KISW.com.
And I like how the reactions of whoever the celebrity is will make me like that person. Probably like, I don't care about Machine Gun Kelly. I don't dislike any of his music. Even the hip hop stuff is okay. But like watching that, I'm like, it seems like a good sport to even be willing to do something like that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That does put him up a notch in my book. Danny, where does he still stand in your book?
Yeah, he's gotten better.
Oh, okay.
He's gotten better.
He's gotten better.
Dude, he's with Travis Barker and Megan Fox.
Yeah, and he's coming with Avril Lavigne, and I probably will end up at that show some way.
Of course you will.
Yeah, you will. And you're gonna have to like it. I just don't know who's like moved closer to the like zone. You for Machine Gun Kelly or Steve for Pete Davidson. Not sure.
Oh, him for Machine Gun Kelly, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, because come on. I'd go to that Avril show because she's probably on last, right?
No, it's actually
Wow.
MGK is the headliner.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I could dip out after Machine Gun Kelly
Sacrilege.
and have like an early night.
But you could just show up late, get a nap earlier,
Oh, there you go.
and then you just show up for MGK, and then you'd be fine.
Yeah, but that's a late night just to see him. I don't really like. I don't like.
You don't
I don't
got
like
that.
him. I don't like him enough to be tired the next day.
Fair enough. All right.
I feel like
Can't
you're gonna
sell
miss
you on
this
it.
show, Steve. I feel like there's just not enough. Not enough here for you.
You know, everyone's talking about that with that Olivia Rodrigo girl, obviously because of what happened with the Grammys and all that good stuff. But did you see she covered Avril Lavigne?
Oh, no.
At a concert. I guess she was in, I don't know where, but it might have been Oregon because she was just in Oregon, but she covered Avril Lavigne's Complicated. And I was like, oh, there you go, BJ.
There we go. That's, you know what? Okay, Olivia. I mean, that's, I appreciate that.
Dude, it's funny you mentioned that. She was in Seattle last night and at the WAMU.
Oh, maybe it was that show.
It was sold out. So I was going to the Sounders game, and you should have seen that line. It went from the WAMU Theater down the street.
I like how you call it WAMU.
WAMU.
WAMU. WAMU.
WAMU.
WAMU.
And then it went up.
Hey, WAMU.
It went up all of the baseball stadium, down all the way to where Henry's used to be.
It must have been sold out.
It was 100% sold out with like 8 lanes of to get into the venue. It was insane how many people.
They could have upgraded her. I mean, that's just crazy timing because obviously, she didn't realize probably the success she was going to have, and then with the Grammys, they probably could have done Climate Pledge and sold it out
easy.
That's right. Yeah, I was when you said the WAMU Theater, I'm like, really? I'm with Steve. It's like, yeah, they probably didn't think about it, that they were going to need we're going to need a bigger boat.
Right now, you can be like, I remember when I saw her at that small club, the WAMU Theater.
Yeah. Damn,
that's nuts. I don't know any of her songs other than the driver's license song, but apparently that song's so popular
and Complicated. You know that one?
Yeah, and Complicated.
Yeah.
And apparently, at a show, she covered Seether. The song from
Veruca Salt.
Yeah,
it was the
Veruca
same
Salt.
show, I guess, in Portland. Yeah.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
Okay. I guess, how many albums does she have? Just the one?
Just brand new, dude.
You're going to be doing some covers, I guess, when you think about it, if you're doing a long show.
Yeah, because maybe your album's like 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
Doing a little, talking in between them.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I mean, unless she has this elaborate set where she's driving her car around a little bit. I don't know. What do you do when you have a
driver's license? I was like, wait a minute, what?
And now we go cruising for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I turn it into a big play performance of her going up to the dude's house, like, I got my driver's license, and you're not with me anymore. And
Rev, I just sent you the little clip of her performing Complicated, so BJ could
All right, let me see how it is
to feel it and absorb it. Because apparently it was at the show in Portland, which was I don't know if that was the big tour kickoff for it, but so then she did Seattle. That does make sense. But yeah, like Rev said, she did Veruca Salt Seether, and then also because she says she's a pop punk princess herself, and decided to cover.
Oh. Like she's doing a cover. Yeah, I don't hate it. I mean, it doesn't like she's changed a whole lot.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were like, how dare she? It's sacrilege.
No, I mean,
Avril.
It's funny she calls herself a pop
I
punk
misread
princess.
it. She was referring to Avril as a pop punk princess.
Oh,
my bad,
I
BJ,
got it.
sorry.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say Olivia doesn't really strike me like that, but I still think it's cool. And how about if you're Avril? Do you feel old? You got to feel a little old, don't you?
Well, she did retweet it with hearts and stuff, so she was excited about it.
Yeah, I mean,
Wouldn't it be
no
great if
doubt
you
about
retweeted
it.
with a middle finger?
Yeah.
It's just like, don't ever cover my song.
Keep your songs'
Yeah.
names out of my mouth.
But I mean,
Or your mouth.
Avril is keep my song out of your beep beep bow. I think that's the first sign. I remember, I don't know what it was when I was working for a guy and the guy said, "My dad loves your show," and he started realizing, wait, it was guys like you that loved my show. Now you're saying you come up to me to tell me how much your dad loves my show. You have the moment where you realize, oh, I'm a little older. You know, like people who would come up to you would say, oh, I'm like whatever. I'm a young person. I like your stuff. And I think Avril Lavigne used to be Olivia. You know, I mean that, she was like the pop star, and now here's the pop star going, oh man, when I was little, I loved this song and I want to do a cover of it. That's how I viewed it in my brain. Like, do you think Avril's just like, yeah, dang, I'm getting old.
I don't know if she, I bet she's just more flattered and then looks at her bank statement and it's like, yeah, man, being Avril's awesome. I don't know.
Yeah. Now we know what it would be like if Steve was Avril Lavigne.
Oh, dude, every day I would just, first thing in the morning, some people check Twitter, I'd be opening up my bank account and be like, yep, there's still millions of dollars in there and life is good. Gonna lay my head back down again. I have nothing I have to do right now other than remind myself that I'm rich.
Yeah, man. It's amazing because
the worst rich person.
Oh, you think?
Or the best.
Yeah.
But see, every day you'd be checking that account and knowing you're not always going to have millions in there because you're going to be doing a lot of stupid things with that money.
I would make a lot of poor financial decisions. You're right.
Yeah. And then one day you're going to wake up and go, wow, there's not millions of dollars in this account.
It's funny because there's like a former NHL player that just recently, he's retired now, but he just did a great thread on Twitter just about like how, easy it is for players to go from being millionaires to being broke. Because, some people are like, how in the hell can you have all that money? And he's like, and you really kind of just, at the end of the day, it's like you're young and you're dumb and you're making bad decisions and you're also thinking that this money's going to last forever. And you're also trying to take care of all of your friends and family because, like, you're their meal ticket and you have that mentality of, hey, it's all of us, we're all succeeding together, when it's really you put in all that work and now you're just handing out your money and then you're wondering why when you're 28 and you have nothing in your bank account. Well, that's why, because you're no longer in the NHL and you're not making all those millions of dollars anymore.
Yeah, Steve, you make a good point. A lot of folks just go when somebody's rich and they blow their money, you just assume they're blowing it on themselves. But there are those folks, and I know some people that had to be financially consulted to stop giving their money away. It wasn't like they were buying a lot of stuff for themselves. They were just being super generous. Right. And the financial dude's like, this, you don't understand. You need to create a retirement for yourself. You're giving all your money away. What are you going to do in 30 years? And they're like, oh, just like that. They just sometimes people will look down on somebody who blows all their money, but sometimes it isn't about blowing it on them. It's like they're like you said, taking care of their friends and family.
Well, wasn't it the whole the rise and fall of MC Hammer? Granted, not a pro sports player, though he was once the bat boy for the Oakland A's, but
that counts.
He employed all of his friends and invested in all of their crazy harebrained financial ideas and restaurants and things, and then okay, you're the biggest pop star in the world or hip hop star at the time. And then you're broke.
Yeah, you say exactly that's why you need somebody who is in your camp but not trying to get money out of you and to give you a little advice. All day today, it is Seattle Rock Day as we celebrate the music of the Pacific Northwest. And here's one of the all-time greats, Nirvana, on Seattle Rock Day.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. You got to thank BuzzFeed because they just put together a list of life hacks that people are saying they're so good that they should be part of your daily routine.
Ooh. Trying to think of a life hack that would be good for our daily routine on our show.
Oh, really?
Well, just, life. We're up early. I don't know. Trying to think of something. I can't think of anything.
Don't go into the Revs booth after 6 a.m. because that's when he's had his oatmeal and it gets stinky in there.
Yeah, like right now.
Yep.
Stay away.
Crap, we got 20 or so minutes until I have to go in there.
It ain't going to clear out, buddy. It's
so
rough.
The question being is that is it good for you if you're having that kind of reaction to it? Because food shouldn't make you just destroy a place. Right?
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, sir.
It might be good for him, but it's bad for all of us, BJ.
I don't think it's good for anybody. How about this one for a life hack? Keep your alarm clock or phone across the room out of arm's reach.
Or have 3 of them, Steve.
I mean, I have more than 3.
Oh, wow.
Well, the phone, I mean, I have like 5 alarms set on my phone. But then I have 2 specific alarm clocks that are, and I do that. I make sure that I can't reach them, so I have to get out of bed. But I also make it so that I don't want those to go off because I don't want to deal with, and understandably so, an angry wife that has to hear those old hammer bell alarms.
It's amazing you still have those.
Yeah, so I have 2 of those. And they're far enough where I have to get out of bed, turn them off, and then at that point I'm up. You know what I mean? Because I know I'm like, in 30 minutes, those things are going off, and it's not going to make my wife happy. And I get why.
Mm-hmm. That's what, hey, look, you need that kind of stuff when you're a person that doesn't like to get up that early in the morning. You need something to motivate you.
The worst, though, is when there's been times where I left for work and I forgot to turn those off. Like I left early or whatever it may be, and then I get the text that just says, your alarms went off.
Oh,
and I'm like,
man.
I am so sorry.
Yeah.
Nobody should have to wake up to those.
Yeah, but, and I've had that happen, too, in my life when Kathy and I were in the same room. And it's like, what do you want me to do? This is my job. I get it. It sucks. But guess what? You get to actually go back to sleep. Right. I would love the opportunity to complain about the alarms going off, then go right back to sleep. I'll switch places with you right now. She never liked that argument.
No.
Figure. How about this one? When working from home, use your breaks to complete simple chores.
No.
Well, that's very matter of fact.
I worked from home for so long, and it just never happened. So it's like because I had those intentions of like, I should probably clean the bathroom or take the breaks so that way you don't have to do anything later. I never did it.
See, when I was sick and I was out for a week, and I was still following along with the show and helping with what I could from home, I would get up during the breaks and put a load of laundry in or put the dishes away. It was so nice. I loved it.
Yeah, dude, when I was on COVID protocol, and I doing the show from home, that was the one awesome part. I was able to get all my chores done during the show. Right? So
that's what I love. Yeah, I'm the same way, man. I love
cleaned
that.
The toilets, I did the dishes. It was so awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it made me wish that we had a laundry machines at the radio station because I got all my laundry done while the show was on.
But then I got to bring all my dirty clothes. Somewhere. That's kind of awkward.
That's the downside. Yeah, but I love the idea. Wow, the laundry is on while I'm working.
I would love just to see BJ showing up with a giant sack of laundry, just being like, nothing to see here.
Well, it's like the old days, right? You go to a laundromat. I don't care if I bring it to you guys, bring it to a laundromat. What the heck? At least I know you people. I know you're not going to steal my underwear.
Well,
as far as I know. I hope
think.
How about this for a list? This is, again, BuzzFeed's list of life hacks. Get things ready for the next morning, the night before. It's like they've talked to me.
I try to do that with my clothes so I don't have to kind of fish around and look in the laundry basket or wherever I left my stuff.
Do you guys want to know how bad it is with me?
Yeah.
Yes, of course I do.
Of course.
I already have Friday's clothes ready, Saturday's clothes ready, and Sunday's clothes ready.
Well, Saturday and Sunday are easy. Those are just pajamas, right?
No.
I always am 3 days ahead.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not that crazy. I do it that I got into the habit when Steve actually inspired it because he was
Thank you.
I pick out the same outfit every day so I don't have to think about it. And when you said that, I was like, you know what? Why am I thinking in the morning? I don't need to do this.
No, just grab a black T-shirt and black pants, and you don't have to worry about what you're grabbing, except for cracking Thursdays. And I forgot to do that, so this morning I have to quietly open up my dresser drawer. Not trying to wake my wife up so I can get a stupid Kraken shirt out.
Oh,
stupid Kraken.
That's why I plan my clothes, Steve, because I have a squeaky thing too, and I was like, okay, I'm tired of getting yelled at in the morning because again, the conversation my wife and I had, again, I'm going out to work. It's not like I want to be doing this. So I was like, all right, I'll get it all ready the night before, and then even just get it all ready. Then I'm there. I'm already pulling stuff out. And it's like, well, I know I'm going to need underwear. I know I'm going to need socks. I'm going to need to pick out a shirt. I'm already at the place where I'm picking all the stuff out. So it's like, all right, I'll just get 3 of you. I'll get 3 of you.
That's the nice part about just leaving all the laundry on top of the dryer. Fold it and put it up there.
I could never do that.
Oh, at least you fold it. I just leave it in the dryer for like 4 or 5 days. And I'm like, it's wrinkly. Don't care.
Oh, I've been guilty of that where it's like, it's probably pretty wrinkly. And you know what? I gotta go brush my teeth. I'll just turn on the dryer for a few minutes and it'll unwrinkle it.
That's a life hack right there.
Let's go.
And then it's nice and warm for you to put on in the cold winter days.
Yeah, even better.
Do you do the trick where you throw like a wet towel in there?
No, why would I want to do that?
It unwrinkles it.
Really?
Yeah.
I like how Steve looked at me. It wasn't until Rev said something. When Rev says something, then it's okay. But I said it, and Steve's like, he had to look like, okay, moron, what are you doing? And then Rev goes, it unwrinkles it. And here's Steve. Oh, all right, Rev.
If you would have quickly said it unwrinkles it, I would have had the same reaction for you, BJ. This is not an attack on you.
I feel like it is. I feel like you look at me like, Oldie McGee over there. He's throwing towels in. What is he doing? His whole life is weird.
Because at first I'm thinking, why would I want to put something wet inside of something that I want to wear?
I don't even know.
Excuse me?
Wow.
I said put a wet towel in the dryer. I'm about to take out the shirt.
I'm sorry, but I think, Danny, did you dump that? I feel like that was against the FCC, what he just said. Are you sure?
He's talking about laundry.
Thank you, Danny.
Good.
Danny's tracking. You're a pervert.
I just want to be the children. I care about the children.
And I was confused because I've heard that you can, and I've done this a few times, you put a dry towel in your load of towels to dry them faster.
Huh?
So if you have wet towels in the dryer, put a dry towel in there, and it'll dry faster.
I don't understand how does that work? I don't even get that.
Who told you that?
The internet. And the internet never lies.
Have you tried it? And does it work?
Yes.
A dry towel makes things...
It dries quicker.
Maybe because it absorbs the liquid from the other towels.
100%. Yeah. I Googled it right now, and it's, throwing a dry towel in the dryer.
It really does work. My brain cannot... You're right. You know what, Steve? You're absolutely right. I'm sorry, Vicky. I'm sorry for Steving you. That was a totally Steve move. I have to say, Vicky, that I'm just around a person that's a bad influence. I hate to say it. I didn't mean to towel shame you. I still don't know how that works, though. My brain goes, but it's dry already. The only thing it's to do is get wetter. How does something dry make something get like... Wow, my brain can't handle it.
It's a towel, man.
I really can't handle that. I don't know how scientifically that works. I just don't know, because it's the same amount of wetness, and everything's got to be dried. Like all the wetness has to be taken away, no matter where it is.
You borrow my brain for 5 seconds and just be like, dude, can't handle it. Unplug this bastard.
Dry towel in the wet clothes,
making Charlie Sheen relevant again.
Right?
Thank you, Charlie. Charlie knows what it's like.
He definitely does.
All right, here's another life hack for you. I think some of you are going to hate this one. Don't put it down, put it away. Your mantra.
What are we talking about?
So whenever you go to put something down, don't put it down, put it away, is what they're saying.
It's the same thing with me and just like a soda can or like anything like that, or like the dishes. It's just like, well, I should actually put it in the sink instead of letting it just sit here on the table, or throw it away instead of just letting it sit there. So it's just done, out of the way. I don't need to worry about it.
My friends irritate the hell out of me because I show them where the recycling bin is and the trash bin is every time. And there's nothing worse than going out to a kitchen when you're having a party and you just see a plate and there's food on there. There's a half a can of soda, and you're just like, whose is this? The can is warm and the food has obviously been there. It's like, what is going on here? What are you doing?
My wife always gives me a hard time because I'll get something out of the mail and I'll look at it and I'll put it down on the little island table that we have in the kitchen. And they'll just sit there for like weeks. And she's like, when are you planning on doing anything with that letter? I'm like, I'll get to it. She's like, when? It's been 2 weeks. Like, I'm sure whatever the bill is already past due. I was like, all right, I'll open it up. And it's like, it takes 2 seconds.
This is making me not want to live with anybody ever. Like, not even in a relationship. Because I love just being when I want to be messy, I want to leave that bill on the table for as long as I want to leave it on. I don't think I could ever live with anybody else again.
Oh boy, this is not good, Vicky, because basically...
Have you thought about getting cats?
Yeah.
Allergic, but...
Yeah.
I think I handle this ones.
Maybe snakes, I don't know.
I'll be that lady. She's going to have to get robots. That's what she's going to have to get.
A few people are texting in. Vicky's right. The towel trick works. I saved so many quarters back in my college days.
I can't believe it.
Good call.
Wow, I'm going to have to... All right. Because look, I think our dryer does take a while. We got to at least go 80 minutes, but if a towel makes it... Is it just on towels or on everything?
I do it with, like, if I need to dry something quicker than normal, I'll throw the dry towel in. And, like, if I want to wear that outfit in, like, a shorter amount of time, I'll do it with anything.
And dry towel sucks the humidity out of the dryer, confusing fasting drying.
Oh, okay.
Words.
The humidity gets sucked out of the thing, which, all right, I guess that you know what, that I can understand. You know what, I'm not a scientist, even though...
You're not? What?
No, I'm not a scientist. I know you guys. I thought you were. I thought you knew I was, but no, I'm lying the whole time. Yeah. How about this one? Hang a notebook pad on your pantry or refrigerator to stay stocked. Or a whiteboard, right? Does a whiteboard do the same thing?
Yeah, we do both.
Yeah.
Like I got the notepad for just the regular grocery, and then the whiteboard is for like our Costco runs and stuff like that.
I just go, babe, it looks like we're getting low on milk.
babe.
Boy, she really is in the dream relationship.
God, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, she really is. I mean, it's it's like the Princess Fairy Tale situation when you came along.
I would agree to that, yeah.
Not surprised that. Hey, how about this? When cooking, clean as you go. That is what those are my services.
Yeah, I just as my wife's cooking, I'm doing the dishes. So see, I'm not so caveman like you guys like to allege.
Well, I think what they're saying is that the cook should clean as they go. Because if you've got a messy cook in your house, they don't clean anything. They don't clean a darn thing.
Oh, so here I am helping out. I shouldn't help out, is what you're saying.
Well, I mean,
you run that one by tell your wife that BJ told you that you shouldn't help out and see how that goes.
Babe, they say I shouldn't help clean when the cook should be cleaning.
Yeah. Steve, if guys like you and I aren't around, like, because with my mother-in-law, I mean, and of course, her daughter takes after her. It is a mess central. They just don't clean. They just throw stuff in the sink. They only clean something if they go, oh, I need that bowl again because I'm mixing something and I need that size. Otherwise, and I look at it and I go, you're waiting for the thing to be cooked in the oven. Why wouldn't you then just turn around and clean all the stuff you mixed it with?
Or why don't you swoop in and help them out?
Well, that's exactly why I started doing that, because when they looked at me and said, what are you talking about? I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to start doing this because I feel like it's logical to do. So that's exactly what I do, Steve. And I think they were just basically using this as a way to get me to clean.
And here, if you put a dry towel in the sink when you're doing the dishes will dry quicker.
Yeah, it's just science.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, if you open the dishwasher, put a towel in, close it, it helps take all that moisture out.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. How do people text it in? I've done it before.
Okay,
too.
Vicky, will you stop blowing my... You're going to tell me this towel doesn't... No wonder they have National Towel Day. Apparently, towels are amazing. We never knew.
Important.
If you put a dry towel on top of your television, the commercial breaks are shorter.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Science!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like, that's good. So wait, a towel in the dishwasher when? While it's going?
No, when it's done, when you open it and it's all steamy and everything is still wet, you put the towel in there and that's what absorbs all that steam and moisture. So your dishes in the dishwasher will dry quicker. Unless you do a dry setting, you can do that instead, but save on electricity, I guess.
Wow. You know what? This towel stuff is really blowing my mind. Because I got a lot of extra towels. I am going to do this. I'm toweling this bee up. Wow. Because if I can get that dryer time from 80 minutes down to 60 minutes, I'd be so happy. Because it used to be an hour to dry stuff. And then they put out these new machines and tell you they're better, and they're not better. They take 20 minutes longer to dry stuff.
Has there been situations where you're like, I can't come out, I'm about 70 minutes in on my dryer cycle? Like, I mean, like, whenever you needed to have something dry, 20 minutes.
Do you do the laundry in your home?
Yeah.
Okay. Usually the laundry cycle is shorter, is like usually about 60 minutes.
Okay.
Or less. So if you got an 80-minute dryer cycle, you're not officially using your time. Where I like to get down there, the laundry's done, switch them over, and I can't do that because I still got 20 minutes left on the dryer. But this towel trick, if it puts me back down to 60 minutes, then we got an efficient machine working. You know what I'm saying, Steve? Because I'm doing. How many loads are you doing? You got a kid now. You got to be doing how many loads?
That's a personal question I'm not answering on the show.
I mean, look, I know you were doing a lot of loads when you were trying to have a child. I mean, after the child, how many loads are you doing? Hey, laundry. I'm saying of laundry.
I don't know. Sometimes 2.
I don't think you do the laundry in your house.
100% do all the laundry.
All right.
I know you're waiting for me to be like, just kidding. There's no punchline to this.
April Fool.
But how do you not know that? Because I put it in there, I hit some buttons, I wait for the obnoxious song that the Samsung dryer makes, and then I'm like, all right, I guess in a little while I'll go up there and change it. I'm not like waiting.
So you don't even go up there in a high, so you're not
waiting like, hurry up. Let me get
I'm
my
waiting.
fix
I
and
want
put it
this
in the
done.
dryer.
Oh, yeah.
And don't hate on that song. That song
sucks.
It's a well-oiled machine in my house, Steve. I don't sit there and wait and let the stuff sit. It's got to like bing, 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 like a factory. All right,
I'll get up there when I'm done watching my show or whatever, and then I get up there and everything's good. I've never once been like, man, this needs to. I need it to be more efficient.
You can never work in my laundry factory.
Well,
I'm afraid.
Good.
Laundry factory.
Yeah,
good
you
God.
can't do it. It's got to be. Vicky, you're allowed to work in the laundry factory because you got tips.
Okay. Yay.
Wow, I thought you'd be happy to work. You know what? You qualify. You are, you're a good enough worker. You don't let mail sit on the counter. You got the towel tricks. But Danny's not invited because look at Danny. He doesn't even do his laundry. He just he doesn't turn the heat on in the house. He doesn't do the laundry. Doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, we got Steve. And even though I question his laundry skills, yesterday he did get this one right.
Yeah, the Chicago Bulls colors are black, white, and what other color?
Oh, I just bought a pair of Jordans.
Did you really? Wow.
Damn Facebook targeted ads.
Oh, they got you.
The red.
Yes.
Call in now for a shot at beating Steve, 206-421-ROCK. We're going to play a Seattle Rock Day edition of Beat Migs at 8:47.
Another perfect 10, bitches.
All day long is Seattle Rock Day. And here's Soundgarden on the Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. How long is a bankruptcy going to affect my credit rating?
Of course, most of the time, by the time we're talking about filing a bankruptcy, the credit has already taken a huge hit. Chapter 7 is going to affect it more negatively than Chapter 13. Chapter 7 stays on your credit report for 10 years from the time you file. It usually takes 7 or 8 years for your credit scores to get back into the normal range in a Chapter 7 case. However, your credit will start to recover even in Chapter 7 after about a year. You'll be able to get credit again right away, usually before your case is even over. Chapter 13 stays on your credit report for 7 years and usually takes about 3.5 years for your credit to get back in the normal range. So Chapter 13 will mean your credit gets better much more rapidly.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.